Alright, for this video I'm going to be using the fire team against the Gunsmoke boss Nemertea. I'll be using QJ, Centurisi, Sharkri, Vector, Klukai, and I'll be using the buff Overwhelming Support. Alright, let me just move my units where I like them. And start. Alright, first I'll start with QJ, put her right here in ultimate. And I'll move Vector right here, have her ultimate, so we can put down the flame tiles down. Use her skill 2. And then we'll move Centurisi right here and use her skill 1. And we'll move Sharkri over here, have her double zoom. And I'm going to use the basic attack, since the boss does stability index, and I will put the boss into stability collapse. Then we'll have Klukai ultimate. And ultimate again. End the turn. Alright, I'm going to start with QJ ultimate. And we're going to go to Vector and use her skill 1 so she can get the buffs, the minimum of +3, or a minimum of 3 buffs at least, so she can help add stacks relaxation on the boss. Alright, and then going to use Centurisi's basic attack. And that'll have Sharkri get full Convectus Index. So then we'll double zoom. And have her use her skill 1 on the boss. Since it doesn't have any stability index, the damage won't be reduced by 80%. And have Klukai ultimate. And then ultimate again. End the turn. Alright, we'll have QJ ultimate. And we'll have Centurisi use her skill 1 on the boss, because that'll give Sharkri the 2 Convectus Index she needs in order to have full Convectus Index. And I'll also heal and cleanse some debuffs. So you can see all the debuffs are now cleansed. Sharkri's at full Convectus Index. And we will double zoom. use her skill 2 on the boss since it still has stability index, and that skill has the debuff called Flammable, which whenever it puts 2 stacks of Flammable on the boss, and whenever you do burn damage, it eats at one of the stacks, but it does extra stability damage. As you can see, it drops his stability index quite a bit. End her turn. And have Vector use her skill 2. Centurisi will attack first and put the boss in stability collapse. So then everyone else after her won't have their damage reduced. And then we'll have Klukai ultimate. And then ultimate again. End the turn. Alright, so here I'm not going to use QJ's ultimate because she still has 3 support actions left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Centurisi right here, and we're going to have her use her skill 2 on herself. That'll cleanse everyone's debuff but Sharkry, which will get debuff later, or which will get cleansed later. Let's also build up all our stacks of saliva dipped. And then we're going to go with Vector, use her skill 1 so she can get her buffs again, so she can add more stacks of relaxation. And Sharkry is now at full Confectus Index. So we will double zoom. Use our basic attack. End our turn. We'll have QJ use her skill 1. Nope. Actually, let's have QJ move up behind Klukai and then use her skill 1. Then we'll have Klukai ultimate. And ultimate again. End the turn, and then when the boss attacks, one of the attacks will hit Sharkry. It'll activate her heat recovery, which will then cleanse her debuff and refresh everyone's saliva dip buff back up to 2 turn duration. Alright, so we're going to move QJ back 1 again. Ultimate. Sharkry is only 2 Confectus Index shy again, so we're going to have Centurisi come here and use her skill 1, and that should put Sharkry up to full Confectus Index and lower the boss's stability index by quite a bit. And we'll have Sharkry double zoom. And even though I could use her skill 1, the boss still has stability index, so what I'm going to do is just use her basic attack, and that'll bring his stability index down by quite a bit. And I'll save her skill 1 for the next turn when the boss doesn't have any stability index, so the damage isn't reduced by 80%. End her turn. I'm going to have Vector use her skill 2. Then we'll have Klukai ultimate. And then ultimate again. And in the turn. Alright, we'll have QJ ultimate. And since everyone has the debuff on them, this time I'm going to actually... I'm actually going to have Vector go first and use her ultimate. And this, since mine is V2, will actually cleanse the debuffs with this ultimate. And reapply the flame tiles all over the field, as you can see. And then I'll have her use her skill 1. And this will also put Sharkry's Confectus Index up to full. And then we'll have Sharkry double zoom. And have her use her skill 1 on the boss, since it doesn't have stability index now. And yes, I know she's going to have 0 Confectus Index here, but for every application of Overburn, she gets Confectus Index, which she just got 2 more. End her turn. And then we'll have Centurisi use her basic attack, since it's pretty much all she can do, other than her ultimate, which I don't want to use. And QJ did a support attack, which applied Overburn, and again, now Sharkry has an extra Confectus, so now she's up to 3. So we'll go ahead and use Klukai's ultimate. And ultimate again. And as you can see, I've been able to maintain this buff. It's up to 13 stacks now. And as you can see, it's over 100% ignored defense, which is very nice. We'll end the turn. Alright. So... this turn I'm also not going to have QJ use her ultimate because she's got 3 support actions. So we're going to start with Centurisi because I want to use her skill 1 to help bring her stability index. Well, actually no, we're going to use Sharkry first because she has full Confectus Index. And I want to take advantage of the flammable stacks on her skill 2. So we'll double zoom. Use your skill 2. End her turn. Use Centurisi's skill 1. Now bring it all the way down to 2 stability. Then we're going to have Vector use her skill 2 on the boss. Centurisi will put the boss in stability collapse, and everyone else will not have their damage reduced by 80%. And we'll go ahead and use QJ's skill 1. Oh well, I just noticed people lost their stacks. I wonder how that happened. Oh, because they just used their turn, yeah. Just double check real quick. Yeah, because that was the last turn was right after they used their action, so I still took full advantage of that. So now we're going to ultimate with Klukai. And we'll ultimate with Klukai. And that's it. Now wait for Klukai's last tick of damage here. Should put me over 5,000. Nope, 5,014. I got a score of 50-14. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps.